Gentlemen, this is about the last time I want to hear about how many awards you won on Saturday night, okay? 3, yes, we know. Yes. Central Coast Business Reviews, Excellence in Business Awards, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Thanks a lot for coming.
Not a problem.
But we do have our little props here in case anyone needs to remind. And we should go through Business of the Year, which is the #1 prize. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And we'll talk about how you picked up and stole from us the Small Business of the Year award and also the Excellence in Manufacturing. But you are independent portable building.
Correct.
An overnight success. You've had the company since 2004?
Yes.
And prior to that, it was
the
running?
business itself's been running since '92, but we've been involved since 2004.
Okay. Just explain why you deserve these more than Business Insider, frankly.
Can I answer that?
You can.
I think we've got the best people, I think we've got the best suppliers and the best clients in the industry that we service, and all our people have been able to treat our business as their business, and our clients tend to treat our business as their business. So it's, yeah.
Well, let's start with your people. How big is the team?
There's about 18 employees, and then we've got a contracting base, similar numbers.
Mm-hmm. And your clients?
Yeah, very proud to, there's probably 3 sides to our business, but on the hire side of it, the general construction hire industry, we're proud to say Tees and John Holland have been with us. We've been a part of their team for 20 odd years, I suppose. Mm-hmm. You move away from the general hire side of it, and without a doubt, Schneider Electrical and ABB, Asia Brown Boveri, 2 of the leading companies in switch room mining resource development markets.
Okay. Well, let's just talk a little bit about what you do.
Okay, as Rob said, we've got a hire fleet which basically services a construction industry, where we've got in excess of 200 buildings.
Mm-hmm. And when you say a building, what's a building?
Transportable building, like
transportable.
A lunchroom, site facilities, an office, ablution block.
So it's just like a container.
It's a site set up
in it, is it?
It's a site set up for while the workforce is on site.
Right.
Manufacturing building. So that's one side of the business, and the other side is the manufacturing and the switch room and the control room market.
2 very different markets, and one is quite broad and the other is very specific.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally correct, and that's why we've got a Rimba set up as the hire facility. We manufacture the switch rooms out of Tuggerah, where we tend to do the powerhouses, the very large switch room, and out of West Gosford, that's where we build what we call skids, which is a much smaller size specified building in itself. So there's 2 levels of manufacturing and the hire in between.
Okay. And if someone talks you into it, you can ship around the world. Where have you clients?
We've done export jobs in the past to Nigeria, Russia, last month Papua New Guinea, but that's more the exception than our core business. Yeah.
And that's on behalf of our clients. Those 2 jobs, 3 jobs that Mark spoke about, 2 of them were for ABB, the other one was for Schneider.
Okay. If we just talk about how you've got here, because people at the awards and certainly us would say, hey, they're an overnight success. You've just been practicing for 8 years in this role.
Most of our life.
Yeah, indeed.
We're probably considered that way on the coast because we've only been up here for a couple of years, but we've been operating in Sydney for over a decade. In
a similar space, doing?
No. We've expanded rapidly since we've been up here, and we made a conscious decision when about 5 years ago, we were going to continue what we did in the way of hire and service our clients there, but we really wanted to lock in and become a part of the resource market, that we could see that the oil, gas, coal industry is certainly like the sheep of, of today compared to what it was in my youth.
Indeed, indeed. So, tell me, looking back on since 2000, since you bought this company, is there strategies that you look at and say, wow, that was a really smart move? Other than moving into resources, I think that was a really smart move, but just the operationally.
Yeah, look, if I can just say there, look, without a doubt, any business, you've got to sit down and keep critiquing yourself and keep looking to where you're heading and what you're doing. And the biggest decision we made was to align our business to become an extension of whoever the client is we're dealing with. Before we do anything, we've got to understand what the client's trying to do, what the client wants to achieve, and then all our people fall in around that. What we provide, basically, years gone by, I think our clients used to do most of it in-house themselves. Now they deliver their componentry to us, and we take it from there.
That is ultimate client drive, isn't it?
Without a doubt.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. And the more we grow, the more our clients are growing, and the more we understand them, the more they understand us. They have offices in our facilities that they use, and they also provide us offices in their facilities should we need to go down and
we all should have that relationship with our clients.
Well, yeah, very proud of that, and I'm proud of the people that are with us, that are a part of us 7 days a week, that allow that to happen and develop that.
What would you like to see change in the next 12 months? Recognising you won't win these because Business Insider will pick up a couple of these awards off you next time. So what would you like to see change?
We're currently developing our yard facility where we are at West Gosford. So that's probably our main focus at the moment. So
what does that mean?
At the moment, we're redeveloping down the back area of our yard. We're trying to get some plans in with council to get the whole facility concreted, which will give us more room, more access to be able to manufacture more buildings. That's probably our biggest limitation at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that, and from an industry point of view, where I'd come from, and I'm not trying to be political or anything else, but I would really like everyone to try and understand the resource market, what it does for the country, whether it's coal seam gas, whether it's oil exploration, whether it's coal, whatever it may be. There just needs to be a far broader awareness to allow mums and dads and the average punter to understand what it contributes to the economy, to themselves, and where their future lies. There's an enormous untapped.
But the biggest challenge is only 3% of us are in your place. You know, in that boom, the other 97 are kind of sitting back and they know it's happening.
Well, I heard the other day there were 38,000 people a day travelling to Sydney. We've got 36 of them less today. And as we grow and our industry grows and the companies that service us grow, that's what needs to be developed. That's what needs to be understood. We've got to keep more. Newcastle's all about our town, and I like to think the coasties can start to get that sort of drive and commitment as well.
So is there something you'd like to see change, Mark, when it comes to the way coasties treat what you're doing?
No, I just think as Rob said, what we're trying to achieve is just to get a better understanding of what's out there with the coal seam gas. There is a lot of negativity that comes off the back of it at the moment. So it's just getting for whatever reason, the government can put some good information forward, so as people can make up their own mind
as to where we go. And as coming back to it, the companies that we use when we made the decision to move up here, we've both lived up here, had holiday places up here for 20 years.
Can I talk about that decision to come up here, and I will come back to why did you choose the Central Coast?
We, as I said, we've always had a facility up here, a house, where we've always tended to return to for a bit of leisure time. And for what we could get to be quite honest, We've bought where we are in Manns Road there. We own the facility, and what we could get for our buck in the size of, we've got 9,000 square metres, as Mark said.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Tuggerah facility, and we've got a Rimba.
We couldn't have done that in
We
Sydney.
couldn't have done it, no. We would have been limited to what we could produce in Sydney on the same scale.
And the only doubt we had was, well, there were probably two slight doubts. One, would the clients follow us? And the clients actually enjoy, they're up there today. They enjoy their day out to come and visit us, so to speak.
And it's not that far out.
No,
It's not.
No, it's not. And
Did you look at anywhere else in Sydney?
Oh, we went to
We
Lithgow.
did, yeah.
We looked at Lithgow. We went as far as down south to Wollongong. And then we sent it up here, and then it was a case of we saw everybody travelling to Sydney, and we thought, well, if we could offer something that is going to allow their families to prosper and grow with us, that's the way it is. And the companies that have supported us since we've been up here, in the way of service companies, been incredible. Like Coastwide Transport, you go on and on.
Central Coast Metal Protections, yeah.
It just goes on.
It's a
and
great community.
It is.
on. And everybody up here wants to work. I know that sounds probably a hackney phrase. Everybody up here wants.
They appreciate the opportunity to
Yeah.
work in their own environment, in their own community.
And
And you
everybody
get the
feels a part of
skills?
it. Oh,
We do. We get all the, yeah, we got welders,
the local welders that work for us.
electricians,
Workers.
vinyl layers. There's a lot that goes into building a building, and there's a lot of different content as far as contractors are concerned, which they appreciate the local work.
Okay. When it comes to productivity improvement in the construction industry, we hear a lot of how difficult it is. Do you look to IT to support that, or is it just internal systems, other systems? How do you improve the productivity?
It's a constant work in place. It's a living document, everything we do. What you have to constantly be doing is reviewing what you've done and also listening to the youth. Young people we've got today, it can be the most basic task, but they think differently than the way we did. We'd get a wheelbarrow and a shovel and move it. They'd have a totally different outlook of how they could organise that not being put there in the first place. And I think that's one part of it. The other part of it is relying on and educating your people that work with you, putting them through the courses, putting them through what can be done and what's out there. Constant review of products that are on the market. I can remember in our game, fireproofing a switch room required 3 layers of gyprock inside the building on each wall. Nowadays, it's a simple.
There's one product which just comes in one form.
We've saved 2 lots of labour to do the one task, and the products are similar cost. And without listening to the salesperson or the person that found the problem we had, and then listening to that person, we found we were able to go to our clients and then explain to our clients how we're going to save them another 80 mil of wall space inside the building, because you no longer need to put
And
3
that's
lots.
precious.
That's precious. And when we go through, that's how it all revolves and develops. But young people, you've got to have a certain percentage of young people coming through. Can't all be grey-haired blokes.
What would you have liked to have known that you know now? What would you have liked to have known when you moved up here in a business sense, do you think?
I probably would have liked to have known that it would have worked so well that we would have done it earlier, to be honest.
We might be able to seal this too hard.
No, it's very true. We often sit down, just the two of us, have a beer or something like that, and
We contemplated it leading up to it for a few years leading up to it.
how many
before
times do
our
we talk about it?
previous lease period, and we said, well, could we do it? But then once we did make the move, it's the best thing we could have done. So
Without a doubt. And
Okay. Is there, I guess, what drives you now, Rob? You should be driving around New South Wales or Australia in a caravan, as Mark probably tells you that quite often after the discussions you have.
Mate, I'm lucky. I've never had to work a day in my life. It's just something I've always loved to do. But I look back and what makes me proud, get up every morning, everything else. We've got 36 people that turn up every day, type of thing. No matter what the job or the role is, they all get involved. We'll have our good times, we all have our bad times. If we are having a bad time, we tend to bleed together. And if we have a good time, we certainly do that together.
Yeah.
But no, just the people and the opportunity in the career. I'm extremely proud to, I know I keep saying it, to look at what we've got turn up every day in the way of people, and I'm extremely
Is
proud.
there a trick there? Or it's not a trick. Is there a philosophy you follow with your people?
I think the main thing we've always tried to do, and I think we knew nothing about the electrical fit out of what we do in the way of switch rooms, nothing whatsoever. We tended to be like all the companies that are probably competing in the similar industry as us. It was all about what you were building. That's a part of it, a big part of it. The biggest part of it's understanding your client and what they're trying to do. Once you understand that, and you can start to talk their lingo and their what a VSD unit is and what this is, and DC boards and gland play, all the electrical talk that was totally foreign to us. Now we find we can sit down in a room with them. We understand what they're trying to achieve. Not as well as them, but we certainly have a working relationship.
Far better understanding.
Yeah, of how it's growing. And so we're coming up with ideas that make it easier for us, also saves them money. We take their as I said, their product, they deliver it to us, and what gets delivered at the other end is the finished product. And as they win more business, we
Hopefully expand too.
we expand with them. So
That's cool.
that's about it.
What are you, 45, 46 now?
61, I'll be 62 in March.
I was going to lead into succession planning, so...
Yeah, well, I've got a grandchild on the way. Jimmy.
Jimmy is your
Oh,
grandchild.
I've already named him Jimmy. I don't know what he's going to be.
It's going to be a
A
boy.
boy, yeah. Oh,
That
has
would
to
be good.
Oh, well, we've learnt
It
that.
is a boy. We've got confirmation.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what we ordered.
So
wasn't it?
other than ordering a grandson who's imminent, and let's give him a little while to be educated, who's going to fill in the space between him and you?
Oh, look, we've got some great people there.
Do you plan for this, I guess?
Oh, yeah, we've got I'll say now, we've got a young draftsman engineer that's been with us now the best part of 2 years, I suppose. He's going through uni and working his days off in between. We've got electrical engineers. I've got an electrician that runs our installation side of things at West Gosford. I'd like to think he can step up to the plate one day. There's a vast number of people within the company that, given the support and
Creating an environment, we've got structures in place where hopefully it's not so reliant on just the one or two individuals, and the company itself is running itself.
Very true. Yeah.
Because you're sales at the moment?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mainly look after. We don't. I know it sounds hackney phrase, and we don't actually sell anything. We become involved with what the client wants, and we get to give them.
It's actually not. I've got to correct. I don't think enough people treat their clients like you treat them.
Oh, there's no wonder drug. There's no formula. It's just we do. If we don't understand what they're trying to achieve, we're going to fail. There's no. It's only a matter of when. So you've got to put yourself in their situation. When we started dealing with them, we used to deliver the building and then install the building at their facility, and then walk away, and then have to come and pick the building up and deliver it once they'd finished it. What we're now being able to achieve is all the transport stays local. It goes from us to the mine site or the well site or to the client's premises, or all out of transport out of this district. You know.
Yeah. And I probably am thinking that your client-focused solution is unusual. It is critical and it is about survival. Do you see people learning from that attitude? Can you get out and encourage more people to do that, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's the market we're in. We understand all businesses are different. we have a big client base as far as the hire fleet's concerned, and we have a smaller client base as far as the switch rooms and control rooms are concerned. So we can give them more focus, and we can, well, not so much put all our eggs in one basket, but we've got a couple of core clients with the switch rooms and control rooms where we can give them the time that's required.
Yeah, we make sure that the people we've got on are dedicated to that client, and they're at call for that client, and that stems down from the project manager that works for us with the client to deliver whatever they want to deliver.
I guess it was more the philosophy that you have regarding your client. I find it enlightened, and that's why one of these Business of the Year would be there, I think.
Well, I'll be quite honest, we get invited to the Rugby League Grand Final into the client's box. We've never had a client's box. We can't afford a client's box. We get to enjoy at the client's Christmas party 9 times out of 10. I think the last 10 years we've always been at a client's Christmas party as part of their stuff. And it,
I heard a great line, and I'm just going to give it to you. It's not how much you love your clients, it's how much your clients love you. And that's what you guys do. And I might finish there because I don't think there's a better place to finish this interview.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for your time, Mark.
Thanks, Bob.